Hey guys. Whew. So tonight was interesting. So we're gonna go back in time to I don't even know when, like late summer, early fall, maybe later fall. I met a guy. His name was Matt. I can't remember his friend's name. She was really cool. She had the same name as somebody I used to work with, and it just stuck to me. Like, oh, okay, I can piece that together. Apparently, I can't. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to this dude. I'm talking to my friend, Steven. I love Steven. I have some people in my life that are just like angels. And I know that sounds weird because if he's listening to this, he's going to be like, what does that mean? Um, the people that make the chaos in my brain calm are angels. And he's one of them. He's like this person that I can call, that we talk like weekly for like hours. And he's just so sweet and so nice. And he reminds me of myself, except better looking and more intelligent. So he's better looking, trust me. And a sweet guy. I adore him. But I'm talking to him and I noticed this guy who checked out something on my Instagram. I click on it and it goes to him and I'm like, oh my god, this guy is so fucking cute. And I'm looking at his pictures and I'm like, oh, look at that picture. He looks so sweet. And there's all these. And something dawned on me because there was a picture of him in his uniform because he was in the military and in a particular state. And I'm like, wait a minute. This feels familiar. And it was the guy I had met where I walked up. I was talking to this dude who basically told me he wasn't my person like that. And I'm like, okay, you're an asshole, but I'm going to be okay with this. And I look over and there's this guy that every once in a while would look over at me and check me out and then turn away. And I was like, I think he's checking me out. After like the third or fourth time, I just waited for him to look and I smiled. And he smiled back and then turned. And then when he turned back, I'm just sitting there like this, like, and I'm smiling at him. And he just kind of like, you could see it. It was like this thing. So I wound up saying to the guy that told me I wasn't his person, I'm like, I'm either going to do the stupidest thing or the smartest thing ever. And he says, are you going to go talk to that guy? And I'm like, why, you were noticing I was flirting with him? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, yes, I am. So I walk up and talk to this dude. And he is, oh, beautiful. And I actually walked up and introduced myself to his friend, who I can't remember her name, but she has the same name as somebody else I know, and I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I shake her hand, and then I turn to him. I'm like, hi, I'm AJ. And I wound up talking to them, and then some of his friends showed up. And I wound up telling them stories, none of which made me look good, but all of which were funny as shit. And anyway, to wrap the story up, we get done with this conversation, and they're all ready to leave. They're going to go watch a drag show. And he went to say something to me, and he kind of like paused, and then said, I got to go, and left. And I'm like, that's cool. You don't want my number? I'm okay. Not knowing, yeah, I mean, I told him I was there all the time, so he's probably thinking, oh, I'll meet up with him later. We're friends on Instagram. We follow each other. And I noticed that, and I'm like, oh my god, were you perhaps at AWOL sometime in the like fallish time frame? And some dude walked up and started talking to you and your friend who's female, and then two of your other friends came in. He says, and you were divorced and your ex is still in the state. He goes, that sounds exactly like me. And I'm like, dude, I'm the douche that walked up and talked to you. And I hang my hat on that story. It's like, I'm good. In any direction this goes, it is a fun story. It brings joy to me. I'm okay. having said that, it'd be nice if it went somewhere, but I'm not worried about anything anymore. I love you guys.